All Americans in Mali, West Africa, have been told to leave the country immediately. The US Embassy has issued a statement telling people to get to the airport and get the first flight out of there whilst they're still available. The embassy is warning people not to try to drive out of the country because the highways are lined by terrorists, and the US Embassy says it won't be able to rescue anyone outside the capital. So this is after the conflict between the government and these terrorist groups escalated. One of the things they're fighting for control of is the energy supply, and fuel levels are critically low, and that's why there might not be any more flights out of the airport if they can't get enough fuel. Any US citizens that insist on staying in the country should prepare contingency plans for emergency situations, including a need to shelter in place for an extended period. So the US Embassy clearly saying, if you don't want that option, get out.
The US government is urging Americans in Mali to leave immediately. The advisory comes as Mali's government faces growing pressure from Al-Qaeda-linked insurgents imposing a fuel blockade. Americans should depart on commercial flights and not by road, the US government says. The Jamaat Nusrat al-Islam al-Muslimin group announced the fuel blockade in early September. Analysts quoted in media reports say the militants are using the fuel blockade to pressure the military-led government. Schools and universities throughout Mali were shut this week because of the crisis. According to media reports, convoys of fuel tankers attempting to enter the country are now being attacked. US-Mali relations are strained over the West African country's collaboration with Russia and a visa dispute.
The United States has removed Mali from the list of countries whose nationals are required to deposit up to $10,000 bond before securing visas to travel to the US. On October 8th, the US had announced that Malians would be required to post the bond starting October 23, 2025. Not long thereafter, Bamako imposed a reciprocal measure on October 11th that required American nationals to post a $10,000 bond before getting visas to visit Mali, effective October 12th. Mali's foreign ministry said in a statement on October 12th, quote-unquote, "In accordance with the principle of reciprocity, Mali has decided to introduce an identical visa program imposing the same conditions and requirements on US nationals as those applied to Malian citizens." After Bamako announced this retaliatory move, the US recently revised its list of countries required to post visa bonds. In the new list, which was published on the US Department of State's website on October 23rd, Washington dropped Mali's name among nations facing restrictions. The revision was made on a date that the bond on Malian travelers was supposed to take effect. By the time of publishing this video, Mali was yet to respond to the United States' latest move. This has resulted in uncertainty whether Bamako would rescind its decision to impose visa bond on Americans. Following its latest review, the US listed Mauritania, Sao Tome and Principe, Tanzania, the Gambia, Malawi and Zambia as the African nations that must deposit a bond of up to $15,000 before securing B1, B2 US visas. The B1 visa is given to foreigners seeking to enter the US temporarily for business, while the B2 visa is extended to those on tourist visits. The US said the visa bond imposed on several countries was based on the B1, B2 overstay rate per the Department of Homeland Security's financial year 2024 entry-exit overstay.